What is up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with our video to get those 10s and 20 views. As you can kind of see, I have a new background, which means I am starting something new. This very abandoned background, is literally what I kind of searched for, is the abandoned grocery store in Fukushima, Japan. The store was abandoned during a natural disaster. What natural disaster? The website that I got this great picture does not say. Maybe a tsunami, power plant. They do have nuclear power there. Maybe something along those lines could be the cause of this. But no, a brand new series and segment called Tales from Retail. You guys don't know this, but I have been in the retail business one way, shape, or another for the past 15 years. Still technically in the retail business, but I'm not saying, well, it's not as a someone who worked in the grocery store, whatever, or as a vendor. Vendor are those great people that you see kind of wandering store, not in store uniform, but still putting stuff on the shelf. Those are called vendors. Pretty much they work for a company outside the company. They might know where stuff is, but generally don't. But yes, Tales of Retails are horror stories from the other side of the coin of you beautiful shoppers. But there are some basic rules of Tales of Retail 1. I will not be, or if I get a story from one of my friends who also work in the retail world or has worked in the retail world, will not say where it was. So that's kind of a given because if it's my story, my friend's story, we're in a kind of within the Haunted Forest, South Jersey. I don't want to get too many people in trouble, nor do I want to be contacted by one of these establishments. Rule 2 is no managerial last names. Pretty much, I don't want to call out, John Doe and then having him being like, you are slandering me. Also, if the manager kind of has a unique first name like Eustace, it's kind of obvious who I'm talking about with that. But enough of that. Let's get on to today's stories. I have a trifecta of stories that I witnessed myself, and it is called simply Code Brown. Now, this isn't more or less a normal phrase that you'll hear within the grocery stores. They usually have some variants of things like code red normally means fire, blue, green, whatever is normally somebody is hurt. Yellow, code Adam, missing kid. There's various things that you may hear as you walk past someone over there walkie-talkie. These were there. Code brown is an unofficial term for somebody has shit themselves or has shitted on the floor. That's right, I'm cursing. Because, I can't tell stories from retail without cursing. So, yes, these are 3 real stories that I have been personally a part of. And I'll go in chronological order. The first one was years and years ago. I'm still friends with the unfortunate maintenance guy. Now, kid, now guy with 2 kids. Yeah, just walking down the aisle, I see this old man easily in his 70s just grab his pant leg and shimmy it, and then what looks like just a pile of dirt hits the floor. I'm like, no, he didn't. But then I smelled the unmistaking smell of just death shit. And I'm like, I'm turning up the aisle. Went to the back, ran into the poor guy before, him. And I'm like, hey, you're going to need the entire cart, and I feel bad for you. And he's like, what? Why? And then 2 seconds later, uh, Tommy and maintenance, you're going to need everything. Ran into him a few days later. I'm like, well, how was he? He goes, I'm shocked I didn't puke. Like I said, now he has 2 kids, so he's now cleaning up poop anyway with them. So that was my first incident of a code brown. Incident 2 was definitely more of a dire situation for my man. I was currently using the toilet, the only sitting toilet that they had, in this very small bathroom, which I had to suggest 9 by 10. There was enough room, like you walked in, just back wall. Sink, urinal, stall. That was the whole bathroom. There was another random person, didn't know who they were, not a customer, peeing. I'm, like I said, currently using the stall. I just get a bang on the door like, hey man, you gotta hurry up. I'm about to shit myself. Me, as a good, kind, caring person, and actually done with my business, wipe. I am starting to stand to try to get out. I'm like, if I at least get the pants up, I'll fix everything else. Let's just get this man in here. The whole time I'm hearing him, oh God, I'm about to shit myself. I'm about to shit myself. And then the key words that I heard, oh crap, I shit myself. It's on the floor. I just shit myself on the floor. I opened the stall. I fixed my pants by this point, man. He already crapped himself. It's game over. Looked down. It was about the same color as Michael Myers' head. It was more orange than brown. And I'm like, oh God, no. I feel bad for the man peeing because he's hearing this whole thing an arm's length behind him. I meant we both have to look down to make sure we don't step in this. We get out of there. He looks at me and just with the fuzzle face, like, did that just happen? I'm like, and I just shook my hands. I actually end up going to their store's cleaning spot to get hand soap and wash. I was just getting out of that bathroom. I did inform the that store manager, who I was actually really good friends with. If I actually go up to that store, I probably can just start talking to him. Like, hey, you got yourself a code brown in the bathroom. And he knew exactly what I meant because he had worked in the farther northern part of New Jersey where there's a senior community, and that's where I got the phrase from. And the last and the final story is actually a story I recently happened to me and shared on the Twitter and Facebook. People don't know how my Facebook go. But yes, this story happened to me at my actual current place of employment. Oh, and there's a follow-up. I got more information about this story. So, simple thing. Go to the bathroom. Our bathrooms at my current place are a lot nicer than the last one. 3 urinals, 2 stalls, 1 handicap stall, 1 normal stall. I walk into the bathroom and I immediately smell death. Best way I can describe it. It just smells so bad. In my head, I'm like, dude, give us a courtesy flush. By God. So I sit down in the open stall. I happen to, I'm like, oh, maybe it's one of the homeless guys. He crapped himself and trying to clean stuff off. We do have homeless people, surprisingly, in my weird area. Except, I can see the man's shoes. These aren't homeless man's shoes. They're clean. and just kind of threw me for a loop. And the other thing is, he wasn't sitting; he was facing the toilet, which made me automatically think that he was some weird drugged out person rubbing shit on the walls. That has happened surprisingly a few times in a few stores. The most disturbing part of this whole thing is the man just leaves. Didn't flush, didn't wash his hands, just left. I'm hoping he went home, took a shower, and just went back to bed, just gave up on the day. 'Cause that's what I would have done. Something like that happened to me, I would just go home, start the day over. Clocked out, just said I was sick. Wasn't a store employee, it was a random person off the street. Curiosity got the best of me. When I finished my business, I opened my stall door and I could still smell that deathly shit smell. I took a deep breath through my mouth, something I learned from sport. If you have a bad smell in your mouth, out your nose, you go the opposite direction so it doesn't smell as bad. Peer open the stall. The toilet's completely blown out, but I expected that. What I did not expect were the man's boxers on the floor in the corner. I washed my hands. Told my buddy, hey, who is technically a manager, he's more super maintenance. Like he's not maintenance like he cleans up and stuff. It's more like if stuff breaks, he's the guy who goes. Friends with him, game with him, known him for years. Known him before I left my old job to this job. Like I met him at one place. We both kind of ended up at the same place. I'm like, hey, this is what happened. He's just like he actually looked at me and was like, we did not have this conversation. I'm like, I did my part. I went up. Told another buddy who gave me another story, which I guess that'll be a bonus for this. I didn't witness this. And he just looked at me and went, we did not have this conversation. He's like, if I'm the one cleaning that up, I'm cleaning it up and going home because that's the only way I'll be able to deal with it. Found my third friend, kind of, who I will at some point be gaming with. And I'm like, hey, this just happened. He's just like, you're off the clock, right? I'm like, yeah, because good, I don't listen to you. I don't have to hear you. Follow up, the first guy I told actually did be the one who ended up cleaning it. He grabbed 2 trash bags, and that's how he picked it up. The boxers were soaked through. Like, he must have tried cleaning them in the toilet, and then his stomach backfired and blew out the toilet. I hope that's the order he went. I hope he didn't just blow out the toilet and just sunk his boxers and chucked them on the floor. But yeah, the boxers were soaking wet. That was my 3 Code Brown stories. And now for the bonus story, like I said, my buddy, who I will be grabbing stories from friends. I will maybe set something up where I can get stories from other people. I have to figure out how that all can work. So I tell him this story. He tells me a different story. At his old place of employment, they only had an employee bathroom. Very small place. Not like a real. It's more of a. I'm not sure if the only bathroom was open was the employee bathroom, but customers can't really go into the back. He had a lot of product in front of the bathroom, so it was kind of hard to get. So you don't want someone going back there and getting hurt. He kindly told her no. I'm hoping he kindly told her no. He's like me, kind of sarcastic. And then she kind of stormed off all angry. And then the next day, they caught her on tape leaving a bag of piss on the bleach shelf. So this lady got so mad that they wouldn't let her use the bathroom, peed in a bag, and left it in the bleach out. Real real classy. But that's it. That is the first episode of Tales from Retail. I will be definitely working on putting out a lot more of these. These are really simple. All I have to do is just tell you the stories. Maybe add in the emojis. But that's it. That's all I got. I'll see you weird people later. I will be back live streaming on Monday, Borderlands Icon, which is fun to watch that football game. That's it. Be nice to your grocery store people.